Namaste, beloved. The divinity in us acknowledges, welcomes, honors the divinity in you.
Welcome to our Tuesday Global Healing Meditation, and we're having fun with this agility series. Last week we did our first one on mental agility, and today is emotional agility, which of course for me is one of the most powerful things that we can attune to and align with. And I'd like to welcome you all here today. Thank you for being here from all over the world. I can see one of our best friends, Rob Hurst, is from New Zealand. We've got Aussies here. We've got people from all over the country. Thank you, Bhavani and Badra, for always showing up and bringing the light that you all are and the consciousness that you are to this group. So for those of you who are new, we just want you to know that these meditations are dedicated to our healing of each other, ourselves, but also on a global level. So that during the next 30 minutes, we will be creating a huge energy field of divine love. And that divine love will not only heal and bring miraculous attunements and healing for ourselves, each one of us, but it will also then move around this globe, encircling the globe, and helping to ease the challenges, the anxiety, the worry, wow, the emotional trauma. That's interesting. I was just tapping into everyone on the planet and I felt like I wanted to cry then for a minute. And so this is really the aim of this game. You are here as a guardian of the light. You are here as somebody who has a mission to be of service, not only to yourself, your family, and your friends, but to this entire planet. And obviously, we're going to start with Daniel, who is going to talk to you a little bit about emotional agility. He's going to read you a poem. When the poem starts, that will be the beginning of the meditation. So if you could all right now, make sure that your phones are definitely on off or on vibrate, and that you're really comfortable where you're sitting, and really get comfortable. Because in fact, the truth is that this meditation started before we even came on, and I think some of you actually felt the frequency dropping in, right? You know, both Daniel and I were setting the energy. We prayed, we gave thanks for the angelic realm and divine beings, for Source, that works with us and through us for you, and all that you have bringing to the meditation as well. And that all happened before the meditation. And so our brains are already in that beautiful low frequency state. High frequency state. That's what happens when you're high and you're dyslexic. In that beautiful high frequency state where it's very easy for all of us, as you attune to that too, to feel the wonder and the joy and the love of coming together in a community where you know that no matter what you have said or done, you are always loved and supported. Daniel.
Have we silenced, muted?
Oh, that's a good thing. So if everybody makes sure that you stay muted at all times until the end, and then we're going to ask your feedback if you can talk after this, that is.
Emotional agility begins with mindfulness. We need to recognize our feelings, our thoughts, our sensations. We need to observe them dispassionately and objectively, without identifying with them. Emotional agility is a way to avoid getting stuck. Or, should we experience a slip in our magnificence, quickly recover and get unstuck.
Well, it's so easy to have a slip in our magnificence. It's so easy to get tripped up and triggered, isn't it?
Especially when you're in a body.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an absolutely critical variable in our experience of life and in our happiness, well-being, and success. Emotional agility is characterized by balance, a core component of peace. Without inner peace, balance is not really attainable and sustainable. Of course, the key to peace is forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
The capstone of emotional agility is neutrality. My formal introduction to it was in the early 90s with a revered teacher who said, "You can't trigger me." What an aha moment that was for me.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Well, if only that were true, that you couldn't trigger him.
I immediately decided that's for me.
Mm.
And by the way, I'm still working on it. Mindfulness, peace, and neutrality are the M, the P, and the N. And now let's begin our meditation with "And Applaud" by our beloved Hafiz on page 268 of Codebreaker.
Okay, so everybody taking a deep breath in, breathing deeply, letting it go. Getting yourself comfortable in a chair, allowing your body to be heavy wherever you are, in the chair, the couch, the floor. Breathing in and breathing out with these trillions of points of awareness that make up all that you are, being completely focused now in your inner world. Continuing to breathe deeply, becoming aware of what the body is doing and how the body moves when you breathe. Remembering that you've got nowhere else to go and nothing else to do right now. This is your time.
Once a young man came to me and said, "Dear Master, I'm feeling strong and brave today. I would like to know the truth about all of my attachment." I replied, "Attachments? Attachments? Sweetheart, do you really want me to speak to you about all your attachments, when I can see so clearly you have built with so much care such a great brothel that house all your pleasures? You have even surrounded the whole damn place with armed guards and vicious dogs to protect your desires, so that you can sneak away from time to time and try to squeeze light into your parched being from a source as fruitful as a dried date pit that even a bird is wise enough to spit out. Your attachments, my dear, let's not speak of those. For Hafiz understands the sufferings of your heart. Hafiz knows the torment and the agonies that every mind on the way to annihilation in the sun must endure. So at night, in my prayers, I often stop and ask 1,000 angels to join in and applaud anything in this world to bring your heart.
Continuing to be aware of your breathing and breathing out the love that is being generated right now. And as you breathe in and out of this love, using your awareness Going to take yourself on a journey into your emotional reality, into a place where you're so easily triggered, and yet a place that is so easily replaced with the emotional agility of neutrality. So on this journey, we're going to have you move into your head for a moment. Just imagine being able to see into your brain, the brain that is processing the mind, and watch as the brain processes what the mind says. When it says, "You're stupid. Why did you say that? Why did you do that? You don't know what you're talking about. You can't make a decision. You're not smart enough. You're too fat. You're too thin. You're too tall. You're too small. They don't like me. They don't love me. They never will. I'm alone and will stay alone for the rest of my life." All of the thoughts that are coming through into the brain. And the brain is trying so hard to process them. And as it does, it's creating emotional turmoil within your beingness. Now, on this continuing journey from your brain, you're moving down through the throat into the heart center. And as you come into the heart center, there's a blinding white light. You have to close your eyes. Continuing to breathe deeply as this light beckons you forward. And truly, you want to bow down before this light, this sacred wisdom, this knowledge. And you realize that within this light, you have never been judged. You have never been criticized. That the wisdom and love within this light has always loved and supported you, because this light is who you are. And as you continue to breathe deeply, allow this light to grow more powerful, burning away the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions that do not serve you and have never served you. This incredible white and golden light that fills every cell in your body. Breathing deeply, and as you breathe, with every sound you hear and breath you take, this divine white light that is your true self, this larger you, brings peace into your mind. And using your soul's superpower of mindfulness, just tap into the signals that your body is giving you now. Feel in this natural state of peace. Feeling the strength, the courage, the conviction, and the confidence of knowing that no matter what anyone else says or does, no matter what opposition you think you have, that your emotional reality, bathed in this white light now, can turn on a dime. You can go from feeling stressed, worried, and anxious into feeling trust, joy, and peace. Feel what it feels like to be neutral. And the only way you can come to full neutrality is to give up any opposition to anything. Just imagine this. As you relax and go deeper and deeper into this incredible place of peace, just imagine that if you have nothing to oppose, nothing to be against, then the universe stops bringing you someone or something that is against you. When you stand in the divine mind code, completely neutral and at peace with all that you are, you become the silent observer of all that is, even in the most challenging times. There is no need for anyone to bump up against you. Letting go now of any attachment to any story of needing to be right. Any attachment of needing to know. For the ego mind can never know what your true self knows. The only reality is the reality that exists within the love of the divine. Allowing this white light to expand out through you now. So it's expanding out through you, filling your home, your country. And as we continue to do this as this global community, this white light moving out into all life on this planet, expanding the minds, the hearts, and the souls of all of humanity. And we're giving thanks as we relax even further and further down, down, down into all that we are. For the healing that our body needs right now. As this white light moves down through your spine, into your feet, through all of your organs and every system. Your emotional body now coming to this place of absolute calm. Yes, every breath going deeper and deeper. And as you sit within this beautiful energy, Daniel and I will be giving you a transmission of divine energy. So imagine we're actually in your room with you now, energetically placing our hands upon your head. Relaxing even further. As we align you and activate your emotional body into balance, into the freedom of being neutral. Of knowing what it feels like to live in the larger version of who you are. Sidestep the ego mind. To allow the love that you are. To to remind you of the truth. You are already whole and complete. You are perfect. Allowing this energy to move through you and to work with your true self, changing the structure of the brain, the heart, the mind at complete peace with this energy flowing through your emotional, mental, and physical body. Every breath you take, your soul rejoicing in the heart of God. And some of you might even feel more than two sets of hands on your head as your angelic beings and divine beings who work with you also bless you with the transmission of this healing energy. You breathe deeply, going down, 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 even further into this love. And as you continue to breathe deeply, allowing the emotional grief and the trauma that you have been through in this lifetime, allowing it to be dissolved in this white light, allowing this white light to turn into a shower of white light that's moving through your head down to the bottom of your feet. Just seeing this grief, trauma, these challenges moving down and out like water into a drain, and as it hits this violet light at your feet, all of these emotional programs, beliefs, ideas, and stories are now completely neutralized and sent back to source healed. And as we've fully activated this emotional agility within you, allowing yourself to continually go through this letting go process. As your new emotional reality takes place. And as it does so, the brain begins to activate the 6 happiness endorphins, including oxytocin. Your body now being flooded with the love endorphin. Body now no longer in resistance to holding on to the past. Your present moment to be one of joy, peace, and love. Dictating the wonder of your future nows. Continuing to breathe deeply. And you realize that you have the capacity to change and shift and transition out of one emotional reality into the next in an instant. Using mindfulness, you understand the messages, the emotional reality that your body is sending you with neutrality. You are trigger free. Enabling you to live in your natural state of peace and to ignite your success and abundance codes through love. You are that which you have been looking for. You are love. You are divine. And allowing your brain to process the thought, I am a perfect, divine, high frequency being. My true self is my connection to Source, to God. I live in the wonder and the joy and the abundance of my true self. I am emotionally agile. I am the master of my life. As a sovereign being. And my thoughts are already and always reaching higher and higher states of enlightenment and love. I am fully entertained by my ego mind's thoughts and emotions, for they are not real. They are just a story. And taking a deep breath in, breathing in, letting it go. Another 2 more deep, deep breaths as you bring yourself back into waking consciousness, breathing in, letting it go. Another one, breathing in. This is your neutral still point of love, joy, and letting it go. And in your own time, stretching out your body, just stretching it out, just opening your eyes. After that full activation and alignment to your emotional agility. Daniel, how did you go? How are you feeling?
The energy that and the field that we all co-created together was so beautiful and so profound. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And if anybody's got anything they'd like to share, you can unmute yourself or write it in the chat, whatever is good for you.
Hey Sandra, I just wanted to say something. So when you were talking in the beginning about the emotional negative thoughts and feelings, I think I've been in that space recently enough that I could really relate, and I could feel that complete perspective shift during the meditation. A new space was being created, so and I could feel that energy. So I'm just grateful for you both, and also for everyone on this call that was that here with me today. It means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart, for sharing. That's wonderful. It's so important to understand that these shifts happen even if you don't feel them. Did anyone else feel a shift in your emotional reality today? Yeah? Great. Rob, you haven't been on one of these calls before. Welcome, sweetheart. Rob is in New Zealand and he's done practically every live event we've ever done down under and a couple in the US, haven't you?
I have. I'm an overachiever when it comes to hanging around with you guys.
Like Zari beside you.
I'm feeling particularly emotionally agile after that, because while it was going on, my phone's on silent, but it's been ringing its head off. The courier arrived at the door. The washing machine finished washing and started beeping, and my water filter needed to be turned off because it was finished. So I was quite agile during that.
You mean you found your emotionally stable place through it all?
Oh, absolutely. And it happened at the right time too. It was just when you were giving energy, and I was kind of in that groove, and it all flew past me.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. Thank you. Well, if you hadn't have done as much work as you've done to become the being that you are, all of those things would have triggered you. And the fact that they didn't, and you stepped into that emotional reality, congratulations, Rob. That's a man who's done a lot of spiritual work. So we honor you, Rob.
It's only week 5 in lockdown here as well. So.
Oh, only week 5. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Kim Curry, it's beautiful to see you here, sweetheart. This is a divine woman that we met, believe it or not, at happy hour at a beautiful place here in Marina del Rey. She and her sister were sitting there, and she was sitting there and it was freezing. So I took my jacket off and gave it to her. And I guess we created a friendship and a kinship at that stage. Kim, how are you feeling?
I'm doing great. I've been trying to make the meditation ever since we met, but I was traveling the last month and it was always popping up on my phone and I was in public or not able to make it. And I'm so glad that I could finally join you here today. And I've been talking about you ever since we met, and I felt your warm, loving energy and your story. And as we were talking, there were white feathers falling from the sky around us. And I said, "Do you see that?" She said, "Yeah, that happens to me a lot." And I knew I was sitting next to someone really, really special, and I needed you to come into my life during this time. So I'm looking forward to many more of these sessions with you, and it's nice to be with everyone here today. So thank you.
Anybody else got anything they'd like to share about what you went through? My spiritual mentor always used to say that we only know this tiny, tiny little bit about what happens during any group, when any group gathers, and that when you share the experience, all of the pieces of the puzzle start to come together and you realize, oh, so that's happening. That's what's going on. Anyone else like to share? That's okay. So I just want to say that I'm going to give a shout out and congratulate some of the people who are coming to our live event here in our beautiful home with us on October the 2nd, which is Saturday week, by the way. We're preparing this fabulous day, and it's a very small group. So if you would like to join us, there are still some places available. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Badra is flying down from Seattle, which is pretty exciting. And Estella Cavo, I don't know where you're coming from, but you're coming, right? And Zari has registered. Hopefully she's coming down from San Francisco. Let's see, who else is coming? I can't see everybody at the moment. We're so excited. You realize that this will be our first live event in 2 years, and we've deliberately made it in our home so that we don't have any hassles with hotels. We'll be giving you some surprises and bonuses when you get here. And this day is shaping up to be the most incredible day. We're actually going to be doing quantum corrections where I will be going in and correcting out of your systems the emotional trauma and anything from the past that would stop you from being able to really step into all that you are. And we will be then doing a guided meditation visualization to activate that beingness state, hands-on transmission, and then you'll be going to the floor for about 10-15 minutes. Beautiful lunch break. There's an inexpensive cafe in the building, around the pool for lunch, and then coming back here, and we'll be continuing that on until 5 o'clock. So this is going to be for those people. One is if you feel like you really need healing at the moment, but really it's for those people who know that you're expanding spiritually, that you're ready to take a quantum leap in how you're showing up in the world, in the success of your business. We'll be dropping into business, into money, into love. And so Ron Krieger will be with us. It's going to be the most amazing day. So if you haven't registered yet, please ask your soul, because your soul's already saying yes, but please ask your soul and see if it is feasible for you to join us in Marina Del Rey in the first Saturday in October. And I'm sorry, Rob, but in lockdown, we know you cannot get here. We love you. And if you have any questions at all, please put them in the Activate Abundance Facebook group. And I'll go in there now and put the link to the live event so that you can get to have a look at some of the benefits of what's going to happen when you spend a day in this very high frequency energy field that we have created in this sacred space, that truly when you walk into it, even if we didn't say anything and you just sat with us for the day, it would be a shift and an expansion of your entire spiritual being. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Okay. We love you, and look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday, if not before. God bless.
Love you. Thank you.
Yeah.